Hey everyone, let's go ahead and get started with this week's art project. I'm going to share my screen and we will begin. Okay, so we're going to start off with a little bit of review. The elements of art and the principles of design, the tools that we use as artists to create our art. Now, let's review our elements of art. We have color, shape, form, value, texture, space, and line. And our principles of design are balance, unity, variety, emphasis, movement, pattern, and proportion. Okay, we're going to be focusing on one of these principles of design for our project this week, and we will talk about that here in a few minutes, okay? So let's talk about our essential question. Who is Vincent van Gogh? Many of you might already have learned a few fun, interesting facts about him. And today I hope you learn a few more. So let's find out.
Today we're going to learn about the famous artist, Vincent van Gogh. Born in 1853, Vincent van Gogh was a 19th century Dutch painter. Dutch is the word for people from the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a small country in Western Europe. When he was a young man, Van Gogh traveled to France, England, and Belgium, but near the end of his life, he moved to France. Although Van Gogh began to draw when he was a child, he did not start painting until he was in his late 20s, and many of his best paintings were only done in the last 2 years of his life before his death at the age of 37.
So, Vincent van Gogh passed away at the age of 37, and he didn't start painting till later in life. Right here, and where our screen is paused, is a self-portrait of Vincent van Gogh. I really enjoyed looking at this self-portrait because he kind of made himself match with the background. Notice how the color and the brush strokes are very similar, almost exactly the same. He kind of is making himself blend in with the painting. It looks really cool. Let's keep going. Oh, and a self-portrait, in case some of you need to know or need to review it, is a painting of yourself. Okay, so this is a painting of himself that he painted. Okay.
His work is very famous now, but while he was alive, most people didn't want his paintings. Vincent van Gogh made over 900 paintings while he was alive.
So, many people didn't want his paintings, which is kind of sad. And he made a ton. He made 900. Let's see what happens.
But we only know about one that someone wanted to buy. His first really good paintings were dark and serious. At the time, people were looking for brighter, more colorful art.
So, the sunflowers. Many of you might have already seen this painting that Vincent van Gogh did, but I wanted to give you an interesting fact about the sunflowers. He actually painted 5 different versions of this painting, and we'll look at those in a few minutes, okay?
When he moved to France, Van Gogh saw new kinds of art with new, brighter colors. He liked what he saw so much that he started to paint with brighter colors himself right away. Later, he moved to the south of France, where the sunlight was very strong and bright. The beauty and color of the place he lived inspired him to paint it, and his artwork got even brighter and more colorful, full of new intensity and also full of emotion. People started to become interested in his new, bright paintings. If he had lived longer, Van Gogh might have sold many pieces of art and could have become a very famous painter. But unfortunately, he died in 1890. Vincent van Gogh's distinctive style makes it easy to recognize his paintings. His art was something new, a new way to see the world and a new way to paint. Because of his paintings, a new form of art called Expressionism was invented, and his work still influences artists today.
So, because of Vincent van Gogh and his creativity and using his imagination and his own ideas, he created his own art movement that people started to follow, known as Expressionism, okay? And Expressionism, if you are that type of artist, you use art to express your feelings and how you feel through color. All right, so we'll learn more about that in just a few minutes.
He did not live to see it, but today Vincent van Gogh is one of the most famous painters in history. The paintings that no one wanted to buy are now worth millions of dollars. Some of the most expensive paintings in the world, and some of the most famous. I hope you enjoyed learning about the famous artist Vincent van Gogh and seeing some of his beautiful artwork. Goodbye.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let's continue with our PowerPoint. So, who is Vincent van Gogh? Well, he started a movement, an art movement, Expressionism, using art to express your feelings through using the elements of art, line, shape, color, movement. So in the way his colors he had chosen and the brightness and vibrance of it, he was able to express his feelings. Now, like I said, he created 5 versions of the sunflowers. It's not just one painting that he did. He actually had 5 different ones that he created. And I just wanted to share that with y'all just as an interesting fact. So what we are going to be focusing on is one of his famous paintings, Starry Night. We are going to recreate this. Are y'all ready? So what you will need is white or black construction paper, and your choice of materials to add color, so markers, oil pastel, paint, or crayons. Now, I'm going to use black paper because I'm going to use oil pastels, and they will appear on the black paper. If you don't have oil pastels, you probably want to choose markers, paint, crayons, colored pencils, any of those, okay? And you would use the white paper. All right. We are going to be focusing on creating the illusion of movement in our work. And where we've seen that movement, do you see anything that has created the illusion of movement in Starry Night? Well, I see one. This. What is this? How did he create the illusion of movement? What movement is that? It's the wind. He created the feeling of wind. This painting, when you look at it, you have the feeling of it being kind of cold and windy at night. So, For our project, we're going to be focusing on creating that movement in our work, these small, simple brush strokes that he is known for. All right, so grab your materials. Meet me in our second video, y'all. Bye.